right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the Smithy to see what you can do with them?
Fantastic idea there. Okay, welcome back everyone to Monster Hunter World, where we get another login bonus. Let's see what we've got right now. We've got some well-done steaks and some lucky vouchers. Fantastic. Okay, right, so we've got a couple of places we need to be. We've got a load of places that actually have interaction exclamation marks on the map. Also, there is a little piglet over here. Let's have a little chat with you. Hello, Poogie. Hello. Uh-oh. Yes? No? Ah! Too much! Too much! Poogie only allows certain amount of chin scratches and then anger. Much like Tilly, actually. Hello up there! Provision stockpile. Nice weapon, buddy. I guess that means it's time to get hooked up with some supplies. We carry pretty much everything you need, so if you're ever short on anything, I'm your guy. But as much as I'd love to take all of your Zenny, it's still a good idea to gather as much as you can while out in the field. So, what you need, buddy? Well, actually, I'd like to buy a few things. To my pouch rather than to my box. Now, you've got potions, you've got antidotes. I've got those already. Astera jerky. Okay. Well, it's just meat, basically. I've already got 10 well-done steaks and 5 meat. Besides, small barrels. These are for making barrel bombs and stuff like that. Now, binoculars allows you to see further and observe from a distance. I'm not actually sure how useful that is. The boomerang, an unusually shaped weapon from abroad that returns to its user when thrown. Now, I imagine that this... You could use this instead of your slinger if you didn't have ammo, I'm guessing. And might be useful for hitting... points of interest like knocking rocks down from above, because there's lots of environmental things you can interact with. Trap tools, though, now that's something we want a lot of eventually, though. Trank ammo wouldn't be too bad, actually, for a bow gun. If you had it, you could put things to sleep and capture stuff. You can capture a lot of things. There are very few quests that dictate that you must kill the creature. There are a lot of quests that say you should hunt the creature, and only a few quests that say you should capture it. But capturing or slaying will qualify a hunt quest. So, if you want to capture rather than slay, it costs more resources because you've got to build traps, but you don't have to kill the things. So, you know, you've got a bit of option in the way you want to play the game. You do tend to get a lot better rewards from capturing something than from killing it, though. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy... can I... Oh, that's because I'm putting it into my box. Sorry, into my pouch. Let's send to my box. There we go. That way we can have 10 of them. There we are. Yes, please. Thank you. What else have we got in there? We've actually got quite a few things, as it happens. I don't see... the right stuff for us to make the good traps yet, though, which is a bit of a shame. I would, however, like to sell from my pouch these. I just don't feel we need them. Not right now. Not with my current setup. Oh, I can sell them from my box. I'm a magic... Oh, no. I actually did have 99. I'm a dump. Right. It helps if you read. Really does, actually. As it happens, reading is good. Right, so that's done. Let's go and check. Don't worry, I'm not going to give you any more chin scratches. I've already exceeded my quota for the day. Hello. Right, Commander. Let's have a chat.
Listen up.
Okay. There's something important I need to talk to you about. This commission is special, different from your past undertakings. If I had to take a guess. It's not about hunting down the Elder Dragons or punishing them from the damage they cause. The Commission seeks to understand an understanding of their place in nature, and of ours. That's the point. The Elder Dragons are nature, and it's futile to try and punish nature as it is to run from it.
Now that's hunting.
But knowing nature, now that's something we can do. We're going to face some real challenges. The best course might not always be clear.
What this world needs is harmony.
Before you take life or move to defend it, understand it. That's what makes you a hunter. Oh, actually, that's quite a nice speech. I approve of it. Right, let's move on. We'll just weave our way through the markets. I'm fairly certain that very little of these markets actually do anything. In fact, I'm not even sure you can talk to them. I think it's all done through that one fellow over there. No one is here yet. Eventually people show up and you can take quests from them, basically. Hello. You are a smart biologist.
Hi there.
Hello. Those sneaky elder dragons often slip out of sight while we're tracking their migration to the New World. A hindrance to my research, to be sure. We must persist in our efforts to discover what in the New World is going on. Now, if you'll excuse me, my books won't read themselves. That is true. Unless you've got audiobooks, then they will. Hello.
Yes?
A hunter from the 5th, are you? Then you must have finished your first quest. This is ecological research, headed up by yours truly. Tell me, did you find any monster data out there? Tracks, gashes, that sort of thing? Data tells a story about the monsters, an elaborate and interesting one at that. Your job in the field team is to track the monsters, collect data, and advance the study. Our job is to take that data, analyze it, and compile our findings for the commission. What we learn helps you in the field too. So you see, we need each other.
I'll be here.
Drop by here anytime, and I'll show you what we're working on. So, what is it? Well, ecological research is a facility that studies monsters. Their studies can help you in your hunts and investigations. Gather monster tracks and the like will earn you research points. Collect enough and your research level will go up, giving you access to new features and intel that will make your hunts easier. You can also consult the Monster Field Guide to view monster info such as habitat, weaknesses, and materials that can be carved. Research levels do not increase automatically. When you see report to the Ecological Research Team on the on the results screen, be sure to pay them a visit. So that's a bit of a shame, but I understand. It wants to make sure that you are deliberately looking up this information so that you properly understand it. It's one thing to just say, oh yeah, the information's there, but they can't be certain that you've actually paid any attention to it. So this, at least, I guess, make sure you do, though. You'll also find your scout fly's level, which determines their abilities. The higher your scout fly's level, the sooner your scout flies will pick up the next set of monster tracks. Very, very useful stuff. Right, so the research levels themselves, we've got no guidance at all. Our scout flies are level 0 for Zoromagdaros, Great Jagras, and Anjanath. And we have no research on any of them. Though we have nothing on Zoromagdaros. Though we do have... Oh, pardon me, I had a bit of a frog in my throat there. But we do currently have Monster Field Guide Level 1. I keep wanting to say Monster Feed Guide Level 1, which would also be helpful. If I knew what they ate, I could leverage that information against them. But at the next level, we'll get Habitat Info and Scout Fly bonus to that as well, which will be cool. It'll... push our scout flies possibly up to the next level and get us guidance to the next track, which would be pretty cool. So we'll have 2 or 3 entries in here. Zoromagdaros, we know nothing about for all intents and purposes. But Anjanath, we've got a little bit of information. The Anjanath patrols the ancient forest looking for its favorite meal. Now, the Anjanath was the giant, like, T-Rex looking thing that attacked the Great Jagras in the opening when we were first arriving at Astera. It looks for its favourite meal, Aptonoth. This belligerent monster will attack anything without hesitation. Anjanath spits a fiery blast from its mouth, utilising a unique organ in its throat. Focusing attacks on its throat will make battling it much easier. And the Great Jagras. The pack leader of the Jagras. When hungry, Great Jagras are known to attack monsters even stronger than themselves. It balloons to unbelievable proportions after swallowing prey. Even after a giant meal, the Great Jagras can use its expanded stomach to attack unsuspecting hunters, aim for its belly to force it to vomit out its prey and significantly weaken it. Oh, very well. We also have information on less monstrous monsters. These are proper monsters. These are the ones that are going to be big battles, where it's these, depending on your weapon, you might even just straight up one-hit them. They're not... they're kind of smaller monsters. Well, as it says, small monsters, I guess. Jagras, members of the Great Jagras pack. These smaller monsters will flee upon seeing one of their own perish. That is good to know. They also known for ambushing a larger monster at a moment's notice. We could get from them Jagras hide, Jagras scales, and sharp claws. The Aptonath, docile herbivores that graze in packs. Their meat is considered a delicacy and is rich in nutrients. If one member of the herd is attacked, the rest will flee immediately. Very well. So that's upon attack. Be aware of the difference there. One will flee when any of its pack are attacked. The other will flee only when one of its pack are slain. And now then, we want to go up here, I guess. Hello, squad manager. Let's have a quick chat with you. Hello. Hello. Can we talk? Yes? There. Ah,
Oh,
there.
hello.
Hello. Hello, Fiver. It invokes images of Watership Down whenever someone calls me Fiver. We're all ready to open the Tavern and Gathering Hub at the Celestial Pursuit. At the Gathering Hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. To find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up. See that ship atop Astera that looks like it's about to sail off to the stars? That's it. You can get up there by taking the lift. Wow, that is a proper enthusiastic laugh. Please come visit us as soon as you get the chance. That is one of the only places, if you're actually playing with in multiplayer and you've got a bunch of people in your online session, while you're in Astera, you won't see any of them, except up there. That is the only place where you will all be loaded in at the same time. So bear that in mind. But we are heading specifically to the workshop. So let's go. You're also enjoying a sip of tea. Ooh, hello. Airship engineer. So, the fifth has arrived.
Greetings.
Greetings there. I'm the airship engineer with the Second Fleet. I work on flying machines, airships and what have you. I'm sure you're curious about why you haven't met a member of the Third yet. Well, that's because they've all been stranded for years. It wasn't long after the scholars from the Third landed before they insisted upon crossing the Great Ravine. So, they got their ship converted into an airship and off they went. It was going well until just after they'd crossed the ravine, a flying monster attacked their airship and grounded them. Sure, they were reckless to go, but seeing as I'm the man who put them in the air, I can't help but feel partly responsible for it all. Ever since then, I've been working on making a better airship, one that we could use to go rescue them. But between the New World's nasty weather and strong winds hurtling down the ravine, it's been one failure after another. Still, you won't catch me calling it quits. Well done, that's the kind of attitude we need. Right, we've got a quest over there, but we've also got you to meet. Hello, Armory.
My.
There you go, newcomer. You look a lot more hunterly with a weapon on your back. This is the Armory. We deal in ready-made weapons and armor. If you need a weapon ASAP and don't have time to gather the materials, wear your ticket. So, newcomer, care to have a look? Sure, I guess I'll have a look. I can sell equipment to you, I guess. Purchase armor. What kind of armors have you got? You've just got the leather versus the chainmail. Purchase weapons. You've got pretty much everything, I think. I could just straight up buy an insect glaive. Do I want to? I mean, I've got every one of these. Like, how much is it? Oh, I can actually buy the bone version. Okay, that's cool. Generally speaking, from what I've been able to tell, you always have two base types of weapon, and from there, you upgrade it down certain upgrade paths. And you can also downgrade it as well for a return of most of or all of the invested materials to get it up there, which means that you don't actually need several sets of weapons unless you just like me and you like to collect. In which case, yeah, sure, have every single type of weapon. But you don't need to, from what I understand. But the different types of weapon are one's made of metal and one made of monster parts. And I just kind of feel that making them out of monsters is a little bit more fitting. You get different sorts of boosts though, and the insect glaive actually has an important boost. If you notice the kinsect bonus, this one gives a blunt bonus, this one gives a sever bonus. So you want to equip kinsect that will maximize, that will synergize with that bonus. So if you've got a kinsect that does sever or does blunt damage, it's a good idea to have them being used with a insect glaive that boosts that particular type of damage type. I think it gives them a better chance to do a critical. I could be wrong though. But on the surface, the bone rod has better overall attack. But you'll notice under the sharpness, you've got a more or less exactly the same amount of red sharpness, a little bit more orange sharpness on the bone rod because it's got a little bit less yellow sharpness. And the sharpness dictates how likely you are to get your maximum damage versus just a glancing blow. Which is actually, it starts making a lot of difference on the higher level weapons, and especially against the higher level monsters as well. Second Fleet Master.
There you are, Flavor.
Ah, look who's back with material. Step right up and welcome to the Smithy. You'll be needing my services a lot. What I do for you is simple. Whenever you go out into the field and gather materials, I turn those materials into weapons and armor. Drop by whenever you find something new and interesting. Here, I'll give you some materials as a welcome present. You can use them to upgrade your equipment. So, what are we hammering together this time? And he does actually mean it. You're going to be here a lot. And every time you defeat a new monster or get a new type of item from the field, you can always tell if you got something new because it'll give you a little info box on the right just telling you, oh, this is usually found in this way, or it can be used for this, or what have you. Come here because you possibly may have something new that you can make. You can use monster materials and or to forge and upgrade equipment at the smithy. Give the materials you earn as quest rewards or carve from monsters to the smithy to create new equipment for taking on even tougher monsters. Very well. We don't need to watch the tutorial there. Let's upgrade some equipment. So, we are currently using the insect glaive, and I'm fancying that we should increase that a little bit more. Are we actually... You can upgrade it to only the ore tree. Oh, of course, yes, because we don't have a bone one yet. Upgrading weapons. First, select the weapon you want to upgrade to. You can use materials to upgrade to different weapons with a variety of improved stats. If you want more base weapons to enhance, you can create more by selecting forge equipment at the smithy or by purchasing them at the armory. Upgraded weapons can also be downgraded. The materials used to upgrade the weapon will be returned to you. Oh, that's fantastic. So it is a full return. Select the weapon with the cursor and press triangle to add it to your wish list. Once you acquire all the necessary materials to create a wish listed item, you'll receive a message. Now that is actually a really, really cool little ability, especially if you're going out on expeditions, which we'll cover in a little bit. You can add weapons and armor to your wish list from the forge equipment screen. Thank you very much. Now we can go ahead straight away and upgrade this. Just for 2 iron ore, we've got 5. Now when you pick up components for items, like for weapons like Jagras scales and stuff like that, they tend to just be put into your box rather than into your pouch, so you don't have to juggle your inventory there. I'm not sure if they go direct to your to your box when you're just out on the hunt, but certainly when you come back they're automatically there because it serves no purpose for it to be anywhere else, because this is like one of the only places that it ever uses them. If we do this, it'll upgrade to 279, which is not too bad, and we'll actually get a little bit of a green sharpness band, which is actually fairly good. So let's go ahead and upgrade that straight away and enjoy the cutscene. Nothing quite like smelting bones to make metal weapons, no less. Maybe the bones from the creature, it ate a lot of iron. Maybe it was a rock cruncher, and so it had a lot of iron in its bones. Required materials. We don't know what these are. We've not seen the creature yet, or not gathered any of the items from the creature that would reveal what tree it is. But they're all more or less named after one of the bigger creatures, one of the monsters. So that's pretty cool. We've already upgraded our weapon. Let's head back out. Now that's our currently equipped weapon. But I would like to do a little bit more. We can do lots of things. You can customize your bowgun. You can manage your insects. You do have more than one, and later on you actually nurture them into different forms. The insect glaive is pretty interesting in that regard because there's so much that you can do with it. Insect glaives are used together with a kinsect, and both can be enhanced independently. To get new kinsect, purchase the kinsect. To enhance an existing kinsect, select nurture a kinsect. As you progress through the game, the menu options Kinsect Elements will be unlocked. There, you can trade a power level to add one of the following elements: fire, water, ice, thunder, or dragon. To equip a Kinsect, first equip the Kinsect glaive you wish to pair it with, and then select Equipment Box from the Change Equipment screen and choose a Kinsect. Thank you very much. I think we've got one of each already. I could buy more, and that would make sense if I was going to upgrade them further with different kinds of elemental abilities. And we've got the Cauldron has attack type Sever, so we'd want to use that one with our metal insect glaive, and this one has the dust effect of creating a poison cloud. And then the Maul Drone, which has the attack type of Blunt, which I believe is going to be better used with a bone insect glaive. Let's actually have a look. We're currently equipped with the Maul Drone. Am I able to upgrade this? I can. Actually, I can upgrade both of them. They just require a little bit of ore. Well, as I intend to go ahead and get myself a... Well, let's make sure I can do it first. I would like a bone weapon upgraded. New weapons and armor can be created by selecting forged equipment. This is mostly where you're going to be coming for armor. You can upgrade armor, but not in the same way as you can weapons. Most weapons, however, can't be created via forged equipment. Instead, you'll have to make a base weapon first, and then upgrade it into the more powerful version via upgrade equipment. All armors can be created via forged equipment. Equipment skills are helpful skills that remain active as long as you have a piece of equipment equipped. Each armor piece has its own skills. Be sure to keep an eye on the skills when forging and upgrading your gear. If multiple pieces of gear share the skill's level will be the sum of each piece's skill level. Equipment sets of gear with the same skills to power up those skills' effects, which is actually really important in the game. Right, let's go ahead and see if we can make a bone insect glaive. There we are. We only need one monster bone. We, in fact, do have it. And this is already going to be as strong as our level 2 metal blade. But it's not going to have the green sharpness because the bone isn't as sharp as a metal. Or can't hold an edge quite as well. But it looks better. Let's be honest now. It looks much better. Look at my character there. This is the weapon we are leaving behind. For that one. Look at it. It looks amazing. And incredibly primal. Right, okay, let's see if I can straight away upgrade that. I would actually like to sort this via based on my equipped items, thank you. There we go. Can we straight away upgrade it? Yes, we can. Marvellous. And this is going to be much, much better than my basic metal rod. There we go. You don't get the cutscene all the time, especially if you're doing a lot of upgrading. Don't worry, it's not that cruel. We've already got one ancient bone. I think we might need medium bones to go up to the next level of the bone tree then. Alright, that shouldn't actually be too much of a problem. Right, now we've got our Kinsect set up. Let's nurture our Maul drone up to its next level using monster bone. Oh, we don't have the Zenny. How awful. We lack the Zenny. Well, poop. Oh well, we'll have to do that later then. If we have a look at Forged Palico equipment, we can make equipment out of more or less anything we've found. And again, much like our armor, they will usually follow sets based on the monsters that they come from. We could make an entire set of monster art. Oh, this is going to be glorious. We would take it up to the same level of defense as the metal armor would be, the ally armor, and the ally armor does look amazing, let's be honest. But come on, this is full on Donnie Darko right now. We don't have any monster points, however. That is, you build this with research points rather than Zenny. So it's going to be a little while before we can make that, but it's going to be worth it when we can. The final thing we can check out is, can I afford to upgrade any of my current armor? Actually, let me go and check the armor that we can make. Can I make bone armor at all? I can make hunter's armor, which is made of Jagras hide and scales and some bones, which is pretty cool. And then bone armor, which requires ancient bones and all of this kind of good stuff. Attack boost, horn, maestro. If I was using the horn weapon, I'd probably want that. The entomologist. You can find out a little bit more about the skills. Increases the chance of a corpse being left behind. Decreases the chance of destroying the bodies of small insect monsters, allowing them to be carved. Okay. You've got a very small chance normally of that happening. Slugger, attack boost. I can't make any of this because it all costs too much, but there's a couple of things here. Scenthound, for example, isn't actually a bad one because it increases the gauge fill rate by 50%. Increases your scout fly's gauge fill rate when you find tracks and other traces left by monsters. So it makes it much faster that they're going to level up and be able to tell you more info on the monster. You've got stealth, slinger capacity, scout fly range up, which is a really good one. But yeah, again, this is going to be Fashion Souls. Prepare yourself for that already. Because if it's gonna make your brain ache a bit, well, again, I do apologize for it. I feel sympathetic toward you, but I'm not gonna change the way I'm gonna play. Right, okay. So, hello, you've got the Meowster chef. Oh, sorry, Meowskiller chef. I keep wanting to say Meowster chief. This is why I'm gonna get that mixed up all the time. But you have a quest.
A very good verse.
Hi, welcome to the Canteen. The best place for you to boost your hunt. You're from the 5th, right? Well, let me clue you in on what the Canteen is all about. Gains. Health. Stau meowna. Whatever. Max gains. Go on and sit down over there on the side of the counter, scrawny. When you're ready to get your pre-hunt on, let me know.
You still have a quest.
You interested in bulking up the Canteen with more ingredients? Now that's what I'm talking about. Take care of the quest, fungal flexing in the ancient forest, and that menu will be packed more than a great Jagras belly. Finish that one up, and I'll be able to get me paws on the goods. Don't let me down.
Basically, the more interesting things you find in the forest, and certain quests like this will pop up, but sometimes you just find them. Once you discover them, they add it to the menu, which means that you've got much more option in making your own cuisines, which can give you very specific and actually quite potent buffs for a quest. It's always worth going out on a hunt with a full belly. Hello, the handler. What is your
Hey there,
name?
partner.
I'm just going to call you partner from now on. Seems you're going to call me partner. It's going to be confusing, but we'll know what we're talking about. Right. So the next thing we need to take care of are those Kestadon. The chief said he'd be tagging along with us. How about we start searching the ancient forest and go from there? Oh, and you've got some good news. We handlers post all the leads we find up on the quest board. You can sign up for quests there too, so you don't always have to come all the way up here. But then again, you might miss out on all the eats up here. I love where your brain is.
You can pick up quests from the quest board too.
Mm-hmm. You just told me.
It lists the same quests that I've got, so don't worry about having to check 2 places.
Literally what you just told me. Are you sure that you're... I mean, it is undoubtedly good eats, but I think you might be having a little bit too much. I think you might have the meat fuzz going on in the brain. You're a little bit confused. Your brain is too full of delicious thoughts, and your belly too full of delicious noms, and you're forgetting what you told me like literally seconds ago. Though I love how your table is just full of books. Is this another person over here in much the same way? Loads of books, lots of noms. This person over here, or these 2 people, although they've left it, maybe it was ordered. They're on a hunt. They're almost back. They sent one of those flying monsters that we hook onto with a message to prepare their noms for them. That's what I'm going to believe. But you, hello, Fiver Bro.
Hey.
You making sure to stop by the canteen before hunting? That's probably the most important rule in hunting. I agree, actually. All right, well, let's take a quest.
We're on the hunt.
Indeed we are. Let's head to the ancient forest to research those Kestadon. I love how research air quotes. Now. We can join a quest if you've got. If you're in an online session, you're playing with others, you can just join their quest, or you can just post the quest and wait for them to join you. Right, we've got a couple of things here. We've got events down here. Let's have a look. Yeah, we are nowhere near enough to do any of these. Optional. Level 1 optional. We can go out and do a Thicket of Thugs. Can we replay that one? I think we can, actually. I'm not sure. It might not be possible, but we can definitely take the fungal flex in the ancient forest, which would be useful. It kind of marks on our map where we need to go. It's the little question mark there in Zone 3. But, you know what, we were assigned a mission, so let's go and do the mission, shall we? The Jagras of the Forest, no, Kestadon Kerfuffle. I love that word. Complete the assignment. We'll get 1,200 Zenny, which we do need. We'll have 15 minutes to do it. It won't take us that long, thankfully. And time expires is the fail condition, all failing 3 times. That's going to be pretty common. We will see Aptonoth, Murnos, and Jagras in this. The commander, Zora Magdros' appearance has driven a herd of Kestadon to new territory. We'll need you to go out and thin the herd of headbutters. Very well. Players 4, no. We'll just drop that down to 1. Even if you're in an online session, if you're just kind of with a group, but you're like, I just want to do this one by myself, you can just restrict the amount of players that can join you. Even when you're in a big group, you can still play on your own. If you're just doing something that, you know, I just want to be in, out, 20-minute adventure, don't want to get pulled off onto multi-dimensional shenanigans and end up spending 4 months hunting down a specific scale for someone else who's in the group, then that's the way you do it. Not particularly social, but sometimes people need a break, you know? Right, there we go. So we'll just set that to 1 just to show that I can do it. When lucky vouchers are used when posting a quest, you'll receive bonus rewards upon completing the quest. Be sure to use vouchers whenever you have the chance. Random quest rewards are guaranteed to drop. Reward money doubles. Note, lucky vouchers are obtained via login bonuses. 1 voucher is delivered each day, and you claim up to 5 days worth, 5 vouchers at once. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. So you don't actually miss out unless you go more than 5 days. That's actually really cool. Also note that you can only carry a maximum of 5 lucky vouchers. Okay. So yeah, just use them whenever. I'll definitely be using them. Yes. Yes, I would very much like to toggle one. There we go. Yep, that's fine. And go. I mean, I need the Zenny, so I may as well. I mean, you probably want to reserve this sort of stuff for the big hunts that you're going to do daily, but in the beginning, that's the only stuff I've got. Now, it's going to take a little while for that quest to be ready. It's loading up there, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy myself some food, if I can even afford it. Is it all like... Oh, it's all 100. Good, good, good. Have we got anything that's got multiple fresh ingredients? No, not so far. No. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and make a custom platter then. So, the first ingredient, I would like to use the white liver, meat that helps trigger acumen food skills, loved for its goopy texture. Based on how fresh it is, you'll get better effects. For example, if I use this, I'll just get extra stamina. If I use this, I'll get extra health, and my palico will, and extra stamina. The more fresh ingredients you use, the better. Always the better. And unfortunately, this is the only acumen food I've got, so I may as well grab this because it'll give me a status effect of... Well, actually, I'll get attack up just because I've got 2 meat. But I will get feline groomer. Sure, I guess. I mean, you know, it's not particularly interesting to me. I don't know what it's going to do, even. Can I bring up the skills? Oh, there we go. Halves the effect duration of defense down and speeds up blight recovery. Oh, that's quite cool. Increases health recovery from items and increases the potency of abnormal status attacks. Is this given to the whole group? Because if so, I approve. Barbecue short rib with white liver. Sounds delish. I will have. Perfect. If that hadn't been added, then this would have been a 4 out of 10 meal at best. But that last little bit of garnish, easily an 11 out of 10. Stats improved. Fantastic. We didn't get any skills happening, though, there. I don't think. But, yes, now time for us to head on out. And for those who are wondering, oh, is the entire series going to be like this, where I spend like 20 minutes in the town every time before I go out and actually do any hunting? No. It's just that in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff to cover and show to those who aren't familiar at all with the Monster Hunter franchise. So that will probably trail off by the third. Maybe even this is the last episode it'll happen. Who knows? But there are a couple more tutorials, I think, to go yet.
A certain number of Kestadon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Okay.
Want to get going?
I do, actually. Let me quickly grab myself some extra noms and some extra potions, since, you know, you're making them available to me. Now, before we get any further, there is one thing I would very much like to do, and that is going to be... Now, quite a few people helpfully pointed out you can just cycle doing this if you want. That is absolutely an option. It's also a better way of not accidentally using something. So basically, you cycle something you're going to use. For example, I want my mega potions out. And now if I press square, I'll automatically use it. Alternatively, you can use the radial menu. Now, be aware that you can accidentally use stuff. When you release this, it'll use what you're pointing at. So,
Timing is
you know,
everything.
it's one of those
the
things.
The color of the meat and the song are clues.
The song is amazing.
Oops.
There we go.
The
Ah,
timing was off. Guess
Well-
you need to keep drilling your grilling.
I like rare steaks, though. But they are technically inferior in this game, and that technically makes me sad. Okay, let's nom down this rare steak, because it'll increase my stamina up a little bit. There we go. You'll notice my stamina bar should increase. There we are. And that's very super duper important for an insect glaive user. Like, really, really is. Ooh, grab those herbs. I should automatically turn any herbs I gather into potions because it's on my autocraft list, which we can see up here. Let me just double check what's on there. Good. Mega potions, so I'll immediately turn honey and potions into that. I'm not going to use my that on first aid meds. I just frankly don't care. However, I do want these to be autocrafted because they're just better than antidote. Antidote will cure of poison, but herbal medicine will remove the poison and restore some health as well, which you're going to need. So, you know, get used to that one. Nutrients require bitter bugs and blue mushrooms. I want my blue mushrooms going into my antidotes first and foremost, so I'm not going to set that one up there. But that being said, I now want to switch over to... I don't want to use my potions just yet. Let's grab the first aid meds.
Those, my friend, are Kestadon. Let's see you take him out on your own.
Okay. It's weird to see Kestadon grazing around these parts. It's not because of Jagras. Very well. This should not be too terribly bad, except I'm going to embarrass myself because my hands are so cold, my fingertips... You know when you get to that point where it's almost like you're drunk and your fingertips feel the world in a different way? That's how cold my fingers are right now. So, I know my reactions are going to be slow. Okay. That's Kestadon male. Hello. No. Not happening. This is not going to hit too well because you've got a really, really solid noggin. So. Nope. Thank you. Let's go behind here. Please grab me something. Thank you. Bring me back the extract. Now, I didn't actually get a chance to properly explain the way that extract works before. Your insect, or kinsect I suppose, will actually... Oh, damn it, I got headbutted. Will gather things from any creatures that it interacts with. Depending on the part of the creature it interacts with, it may gather different things. For example, if it glows white, it's gathered a speed boost, and it typically gathers those from their legs. The orange is... Oh, will you please? Stop. Nope. Okay, fine. We'll do this the hard way. Or the cool way, I suppose. This way. There we are. One female down. No. But the white they will gather from their legs, which is a speed boost. The orange they will gather from typically the body or the tail on some creatures. And the red, almost universally, the head. The red is an attack buff. Just in case, let's scout out the usual grazing grounds near the shoreline. Okay, I will do. And the orange is kind of a block buff. You can resist being knocked back a little bit better with that one.
The Kestadon are the least of your worries.
Okay.
There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest.
Yes, yes, I'm sure there are.
Here can come in handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about them.
Okay. Well, one thing we can do with that is I'm going to capture you guys with this. First, I'm going to equip it onto my slinger, and then... Oh, damn. Did I catch you? Aha! Caught you! I've caught 2 vultures. You actually get a lot of points from capturing these, I think it was eidetic life, or endemic life, the small creatures. And you can also keep them in your house. Huh. Okay, I'm here. Down there. That's the rest of the herd.
Be careful.
There's a lot more of them this time. So be careful not to get boxed in. I will try not to. But I really want to capture some more life. I want the little birds. Also, someone has requested to be a part of the Dabberdell community. Very well. I will sort that request out a little bit later. Right. Let's find... Unfortunately, it's not like Steam, where I can just turn off notifications. Unless it is, I'll have to look into that. But you might have to just forgive me those things popping up from time to time. Right. Okay. Well, let's get down there then. Got plenty of stones. More herbs. Actually, since we're going into this, let's go ahead and equip my medicine. I'll use the medicine that they've given me first. Also, I want to sharpen my glaive. There we go. Now, it's kind of embarrassing that I've already been hit once by these things, because they're incredibly easy creatures to fight. I shouldn't have been hit at all. Oh well. Ooh, a fire herb. I accept. A wondrous flammable plant used in crafting explosives. Sounds marvellous. Nope. Not gonna happen. Or maybe it will, but I'd rather it didn't. Alright, go forth. Grab me some bits. In there and attack. Ooh, okay, so you get orange from them. Right, I would like to get some red from the males, please. They might actually be big enough that they will give different types of bonuses based on their body part. Not all of them do. Not all of them do. Smaller ones typically don't, in fact. Right, bring that back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Watch out, Airless. Right, now we're actually powering up a bit. Right, jump into the air and finish them off the proper way with the Kinsect Glaive. Right, I'm going to need to dodge over there a little bit. I love how maneuverable you are with this weapon. It is truly amazing. And let's finish you off if we can. Over here next. Okay, that's fine. We eventually failed one of the hits. That's not too bad, though. Let's start getting a couple of our our combos in and make this job a lot easier. There we are. And hello. And over there will do. That's one down. The other's getting back up. We could have wailed on them while on the ground, but honestly, I was a little bit more interested in taking out the males. Ooh, you're going to be a problem for me. No, thanks. However, with you over there, that's fine. Can sometimes get a little bit difficult to see where you're going.
Wait.
The camera moves around a
Come
lot.
here. Think I found something.
Oh, fantastic. Secondary quest. I approve. Let's go ahead and grab all of this. But as an insect glaive user, it is incredibly important for you to get used to gathering the extracts from the things you're fighting. You want all three ultimately, because if you can get all three, then you power up in a very big way. All weapons seem to have some sort of like ultimate charge mode, which is pretty awesome, and you do a lot more damage. You'll be able to pull off more impressive flurries and things like that. Ooh, a great Jagras left as a present. Are we going to hunt a great Jagras at this one? Oh, I approve.
Look at those
Kestadon. Right, okay. Well, aren't we lucky? There it is. I knew it. Big changes ahead. This is how I imagine my partner eats most of her food. Super agitated great Jagras is bad. Okay. Agree. There's no point.
Partner. New assignment incoming. Take
All
down
right.
that great Jagras.
Will do.
If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the great Jagras quest later.
I am totally
Your
ready. I don't know what
weapon's
you're
losing
talking
its sharpness. Create
Yeah, I
some
know.
distance, then use a whetstone.
about. That's fine.
Want
That
to get going?
is what we have the radial wheel for. Generally, I like consumables to
Call your
be
friends for
on.
help. Go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And
Oh,
you're
we won't
going
need
to
it.
need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters.
Oh, later on
For the
we
scout
will.
flies to
Maybe.
better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it, like footprints, for example.
Very well. I will do my best. Or skid marks, which is what happens when its belly is gigantic and it can't lift it off the ground. But you'll never really need friends. It's just encouraged. You'll have more fun. It'll be a more cinematic experience with friends, but you'll never really need them. You can absolutely play this game on your own if you choose to. Don't worry. I know some people are quite put off by the idea of a game that kind of has enforced multiplayer, and this is not one of those games. It encourages you to engage in the social aspect often, but it's never necessary.
Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
Thank you. Wiggly Litchi. I would. Ooh, right. We've leveled up now, so it's going to start pointing us towards the next track a lot more actively. The Wiggly Litchi helps you keep your stamina up. Let's grab some more blue mushrooms. That should be made into. There we go. Right, we've got the maximum amount of herbal meds now. Right, we need to go down apparently, or we can head over here and grab you. See, I think they're continuing up in this direction. Yeah, let's keep going. Flame nut, combustible powder combined with level 1 ammo to raise its level. Okay, well, that'll be useful when we eventually switch over to using guns. Because again, I intend to use all of the different types of weapons in the game. We'll just cycle through them every couple of quests, and I'll probably use them a lot when I'm going on expeditions, which are basically going out into the world without a quest, just to hunt for the sake of hunting. And every now and then I'll probably have an episode where it's just an
Track the
expedition.
great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it.
Fantastic. We're constantly getting extra points from that as well. Where are we going? Are the scout flies leading me down or leading me up? I can't actually tell. I think they're leading me down, so fine. Let's head down then. You can just jump. There's no fall damage. Hurrah! Except you do awesome things like that. That is worth taking fall damage if fall damage existed. They're pointing... Oh, really? You're pointing me up there now? What are you pointing me to? Also, haha! I must collect. Right, equip. And you will do. Thank you. Insect that emits light from their tails. They usually grow white, but will go red when in danger. Is there anything else back here? There's a couple of things. Apparently, Airless found me something. Well done, Airless. Do I need to increase my noms? Let's go ahead and make sure my stamina is up. I think we didn't need to, so it's fine. But let's go back to my first aid meds. Now, there's lots of places in here that you have to explore. You won't find them yourself the first time. Like, they're not marked on the map. There's, like, extra campsites and stuff. And so it really, really does pay to hunt around. You'll find a lot of interesting things. Nitro shroom. How to find mushroom with the power to generate blazing heat. Required to craft gunpowder. Ah, very well. And where else are we going? We've got more nitro shrooms. We'll have to work our way through here. Pushing out the vines. There we go. Less vines, more roots, I'd say. Old roots too. They seemed brittle. They sounded brittle at the very least. Okay. There we go. There's our quarry. Let's remain stealthy for the time being as we sneak up on it. There we are.
You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
Okay. Donk. That's right, yeah. That's right. This is our chance. And go! Go, my scout! My Kinsect, gather me all the bits. Nope. I need the bits. Okay, bring that bit back. Bring it back. Want it. Thank you. That's actually one of the hardest bits. I generally find the bodies are so difficult to get to. Nope. Thank you. No, I want the head. I need the damage boost, please, and thanks. Nope. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just get into the sky. Now, the big monsters... Ooh, actually, bring that back. I want the speed. The big monsters have something truly amazing that you can do, and that is you can mount them if you're particularly fast on your feet and do what's called mounting damage, which is basically attacks from above. Not everything will generate mounting damage from what I can tell, and some things generate more of it, but the the insect glaive is fantastic for this particular use, because we spend most of our time in the sky. There we go.
Now's your chance to talk.
I need to brace. Nope, you're not shaking me off. Basically a little bit of shadow paralysis, because why not? Everyone needs a little bit of shadow paralysis. Brace again. No, we can attack. Eventually we'll be able to not just knock it down from the damage we do. I find that moving around with the the insect glaive is much better than just sitting there wailing on things. Okay, there we go. Slash Fury on its face. There we are. And that should knock it down. Perfect.
Now's your chance to get in there and tear
Indeed.
it up.
Please get me the correct bonus. I want to be super proud. I'll just hit you a little bit first. Okay, right, you back up, so I need to be out of the way. Right, come back to me. The insect actually has... Oh, he's trying to get out of it.
Monsters are running away. Use the scout flies as a guide and they'll lead you right to them.
Very well. Just put my weapon away and start gathering all sorts of things, namely the footprints. But unfortunately, the insects do have their own stamina bar. Now, there's a bit of a trick to using the insects in that if you call them back before their stamina bar has depleted completely, they'll get an instant small recharge to it. So if you can, don't just leave them out and then stop thinking about them. Always keep an eye on their stamina bar. I didn't in that fight, and as a result, it's going to take a long time for my my Kinsect to completely recover. Plant leaves a great amount of water, component for making water ammo. Oh, okay. But it is really, really useful if you can get them to come back just ahead of them running out, because it'll give you about like 25% of their stamina back.
Launch it at walls to eliminate dark areas.
Okay.
Like the inside of a cave, for example.
Slinger. Chow. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Hello. Oh, I should have caught you. Alright, there's loads of things down here, but let's focus on the actual great Jagras while we're here. Got some spider web. That's good. We'll be able to use that to make a net, which will be the first trap that we'll be making. Let's grab this as well. Ooh, you are endemic life. I would very much like to catch you. There we go. There. Now, damn it. Come back. Haha! Gotcha. There we are. An amphibian that has retained many of its ancient characteristics. Their songs can be heard during rainfall. Ah, lovely. Truly. Truly lovely. Let's go back to my first aid meds. Also, I need to sharpen my weapon a little bit. There we go. What be that? I believe those be some of the rare mushrooms that were pointed out. What are you? You are a flash bug. I will take you. Slinger ammo that flashes brightly on impact. Fire it right under a monster's nose to blind it. We may well use that, actually. Exquisite mushrooms. Now, this is now being added to the, I believe, to the canteen. Though they may require a quest before they're completely unlocked. But many things are simply added by you finding them for the first time in that way. But it might not be the case since we have got a quest for it. It might be tied to the quest in a more direct way. Alright, okay then. Where are you? You be up here? Yes, this is where you be. You're on the move, so he's had a bit of chance to recover. They can heal, by the way, if you're not fast about it. And also, if you notice them limping. This one isn't limping, but we haven't done that much damage to it yet. You typically get 3 cycles of attack them, they run away, attack them, they run away. And on the 3rd cycle, they are in their capturable phase. These have gone red because they detected a threat. I like it. Okay, then. And hello! I would like to fight. And mostly, I would like to smack you in the face. And that will cause them to take a bit of extra damage because they can stun them that way. Alright, go ahead. Grab me some speed extract, please. It's going to be more difficult. Right, good. Bring it back. Thank you. Now, stick with me until we're ready. Nope. There we go. Now, go for the body. Need a body shot. Get me some extract. Now, as I said, sometimes the tail will give you body, orange extract.
Okay,
Not always, however.
Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
Okay, come back. Watch the stamina on the insect. There you go. You get a good chunk of stamina back. Honestly, speed and combat, speed and damage are the best extracts to have. But if you get all 3 again, you really charge up your attacks, which is well worth the effort. But tails sometimes will give healing extract instead, and that isn't considered part of the 3 you need. But when the Kinsect returns to you with healing extract, as you might imagine, you get healed. It's pretty straightforward, that one. Flower bed nearby. Where? Wait. Because that will have something useful for me to take back. There we go. Flower beds. I believe, again, this is going to be another ingredient. There we are. A sunbloom. There we go. I think they will now be available to me. And a moss swine. I feel bad about attacking moss swines because they're kind of cute. But you do actually have a hide that I'm on, so... we're going to have to take it off you. I'm terribly sorry. And by sorry, I'm not really. Ooh, wow, really? Moss swine gives that kind of extract? That surprises me a little bit. I'll be perfectly honest. Let's grab this. Because the small monsters tend to only give one type. Only one type of extract will come from small monsters. But I really wasn't expecting a moss swine to give me an aggression extract. Alright, let's try and catch up with the great Jagras. I think it's on the move again. It may still be limping, and it may not. We've got a couple of creatures around here. Oh, it's eaten one of them. Very well. That's fine. Hello. Nope. Please go ahead and grab me some more extract off it. Nope. Not happening today. And you notice it's got a green extract in it right now. Again, that is that's the healing extract. I'm going to have to try and make you vomit up your meal. And I feel bad. I kind of Right, bring back the speed extract, please. Ooh, you summoned a couple of regular Jagras to help you out here. And I think that's kind of rude. So I don't feel as bad about the idea of taking your food off, you know? Let's jump up to the sky. It's where I belong. Ooh, that was a particularly bad attack there. I feel bad. Nope. No thanks. None of your crazy, massive belly attacks. Please and thank you. Oh, actually, it's on the ground. I'm just going to wail on you with my sky attacks, actually, because I feel more awesome when I do that. And I'm going to kill your friends as well, so that one of them runs away. There we go. I think... No, it hasn't died yet. Oh, drat, I actually got hit.
You don't want to take hits like that.
No, I do not want to take hits like that. That is quite correct. Thank you very much, Airless, with the Vigor Wasp spray. Airless is having my back, sending me heals when needed. Okay, well, I missed that one because you were rolling. Scandal. Let's try and take out your attack, though. It's all about having a pack as a hunter, I think. Ooh, my weapon's getting messed up.
Look, the
I'm gonna
monster's
take
almost done for.
an opportunity
It's
to
already
repair it.
retreat to its nest to recuperate.
Okay. There you go. This is why having a weapon that has a lot of sharpness is really good. You have to take much less
That's a piercing pod.
times when you
Powerful
stop.
type
Oh,
of slinger
can
ammo.
you?
That's able to pierce
cut
the
up
thick shell
Jagras?
of monsters.
No. Really? Fine. All right then. At least there is a bone pile here, though. We're going to have quite a lot of materials to take back, and that's a big part of this is gathering materials while you're out and about, and you actually have the chance because it'll help out later on. And I think Airless just found something. Did you? Did you not? No, that's fine then. Oh yes, you did actually. You found a little monster boat. Thank you, Airless. Pretty much every way that you can dig, so can your Palico, and so giving them an opportunity to try will actually result in you getting more stuff. Right. Okay. Where are you? Nearby, actually. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Your maximum stamina will degrade over time. No matter what you do. It's just based on the amount of time you've spent outside. Every creature also has a couple of places it might return to as far as a nest goes. Right, if we had the means to trap you, now would have been the time to do it. But alas, we did not bring a trap. And it makes me sad. But, oh, we're just going to keep wailing on your face while we can. Go ahead. Nope, that was a bad shot there. Go ahead, get me a head extract if you could. Speed extract, I guess. Get in there right in front of your face. Smack in the nose. There we go. Bring that back. I want more damage. I can't believe I've yet to show you the insect glaives powered up form. It's kind of embarrassing. Alright, let's get up there. Nope. And again. No. Come back. Scallywag.
That monster's really bad now.
Yep.
Vicious attacks.
Oh, it's fine. I'm going to be in the sky for most of it, so it won't matter. Yeah, you can whip your tail around all you want. Now I'm on your face. This is a bad day for you, frankly. Super bad day. There we go. Let's just keep on the move. Keep an eye up in the top, though. Ooh, we actually got thrown off for that reason, because occasionally you will, or if you run out of stamina. And I was dancing around like a fool. Not enough stamina. Yeah, let's go for you there. Ooh, there we go. Fantastic. We've only got 1 minute to do all of the gathering that we want to do. So, begin. Are the others left? No, they're actually still here. So, you know what? Let's just try and take you out while I can so that you won't get in the way of me gathering. There we go. I only need to kill one. The other will the moose. Or it should. It was meant to. Yeah, it is. Good. Right, let's quickly grab you. You've got 30 seconds left. I should be fine now. Now, what are we going to get from you? We have got a mane. We tamed that because we broke its head. We got scales, hide. We didn't actually break its forelegs. If you just do enough damage to a body part of a large monster, you will occasionally break in. That's what I was talking about. Smashing in the stomach will cause it to vomit. Smacking some things in the throat will prevent them from using their flame attacks, those sorts of things. But you'll also typically get some sort of special item as a reward as well. Now, hopefully, that voucher we used will count for the Great Jagras as well. Ooh.
I think we got a lead.
Okay. We've got lots of leads.
Maybe. Let's check it out.
I had no idea that this one quest was going to be this long. May have to split this episode up into 2.
Hey.
Will you please stop just walking in front of everything, partner? You're gonna get yourself killed. Pookie.
Well, you were right. There's our mark. Something's got him agitated. Look over there. What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
Oh, good. We are actually reporting back to that one. Phew. Well, I've got two theories on that. It's an egg, or it's not, or it should be worse. Right, okay, Kestadon kerfuffle. We've got a lot of stuff. So we've got a great Jagras scale, oh no, we got the claw, which I think comes from breaking the forelegs. Obtained by breaking forelegs, yeah. Excellent, we did get that then. Hide, scale, more hide, more hide. We've got some iron ore, armor spheres, which are used to upgrade your armor. Rather than using materials, you upgrade it by using armor spheres, which just increases its level over time. Some monster bone, lots of honey actually. Some decent ancient bone too. Bitter bugs. Wow, we really got a lot of honey, oh my goodness. A Kestadon scalp. Okay. Well, we haven't got any medium monster bone, which is a shame. Got some Kestadon shell, though. Another mane, some claws, another scalp, and some more shells. Ivy. Now, that is going to be really useful for making nets. We mix those with spider's webs. Monster bones, honey, and iron ore. Thank you very much, ALS. 2 times voucher bonus. What? Oh, right, yeah, it's doubling it because of the voucher bonus. Not that we used 2 vouchers. That would have been terrifying. Airless leveled up to level 3. Very nice. And got a lot of EXP for her Vigor Wasp spray. Okay, well, let's have a quick look over this. So we've got a decent chunk of money. We've got a lot of research points, actually. 180 from account items we found and endemic life that we captured. And 220 for monsters. Hunter rank is increased. Research level is increased on the Great Jagras. And we now have a Great Jagras kill. So we've got the largest we've ever killed, and also, by association, the smallest currently. 1,109.66 of some arbitrary unit of measure. I'm going to assume kilograms, because that makes me feel significantly more awesome. Particle level 3, welcome to the new world. We've got that in the right to take on 2-star assignments, and added exquisite shroom cap to the ingredient list for delivering exquisite shroom caps. Oh, we didn't get the sunblooms, that's a shame. A new cutscene has been added. Fantastic. I would say that was a successful hunt myself. I'm pretty pleased with it. So you think you found something that'll lead us to Zora Magdaros? Well, I'd send some researchers out right now, but not with that pissed off Pookie hanging around. Pookie territory. That's pretty deep in the forest. We'll be better equipped to take it on. Once our team from the research center is done rebuilding the forest camp, once it's ready, we'll make our move.
Want to get going?
Until then, we do everything we can to help them get that camp up and running. Let's go to it. Very well, so it looks like we've got a couple of new things.
You can go after that Puke.
Puke. Okay.
I wonder where the resource center is.
There, I think. But we're going to find out more about all of this in the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. I hope you enjoyed and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do remember to leave a like if you liked, sub if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.